Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the campaign show. I am your humble host, Patrick Howley. Tonight, America is asking, who had the Coke at the White House? I came close to saying that with a straight face. This is live. I only get one take. All right. Who had the Coke at the White House? I mean, come on. A little bit funny that this is our moment of national peril. This is like our Watergate, really. Yeah. And, I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I'm not enjoying the fact that there's a regime that leaves, where they have baggies of cocaine laying around, at the White House. That's bad. A baggie of cocaine. So let's get into this. They're trying to spin now. I was just reading the Washington Post. So you don't have to. If you don't get it, you don't get it. Remember their old slogan? It's, elitist, but very dishonest, I feel. Very dishonest newspaper. They're trying to spin. They're saying that it was found in the White House Executive Mansion ground floor near the West Wing, and they're saying that it was in an area where guests leave their cell phones. So they're literally going to try to blame White House guests. Can you imagine? Can you imagine the chutzpah, okay, of a presidential administration that leaves a bag of Coke laying around, okay, potentially, I mean, it was on their property. It was on their premises. This bag of cocaine, okay? And they're going to try to use the media to spin it against the White House visitors, the nice moms and dads who go and try to get a picture in the White House and see the paintings. Are they going to frame one of these people for having Coke? Now, we know Hunter Biden has been on the premises of the White House. We're going to get into this in just a moment here in more depth regarding Hunter. Okay, and we're going to listen to the hazmat tape as well. There's a lot of speculation that this might have been found in the White House library. Okay, so we're going to listen, and I do believe that the word library is said very, very clearly on that hazmat tape. So it looks like the Washington Post is already conflicting with the library theory. Okay, and like the Zapruder film, we can just go through this, all different kinds of angles until we get to the truth, because this is really the mystery of our time, and we need to get into that. But we have to get into some of the other issues too. And I have to say to the white guys out there, hey, we're all getting into Harvard. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you to the Supreme Court for making it a little bit easier for the white man. A little bit easier for the white man. Now, obviously, Harvard's already trying to make a loophole to get around this Supreme Court decision that makes it so that affirmative action in college admissions, no more. No more. Can't discriminate against the white kids and the Asians who do well in school, just for the diversity reasons. But of course, Harvard already thinks they've got a loophole around the thing. And, some of these people in the media have been coming out and saying that they themselves have been the beneficiaries of affirmative action. You had Joy Reid saying something to that effect. You had Geraldo Rivera saying that he is a product of affirmative action. And as we discussed here on the show, his original name, Jerry Rivera, he went by Jerry, and then he decided to become a Puerto Rican first and a Jew second, his words, according to his 1991 memoir, Exposing Myself, that literary classic, okay? He, in order to get a minority job that was supposed to go to a Puerto Rican person, and that was his introduction to broadcasting. So there you go, with Geraldo there. And he's off of Fox News now, by the way. They fired him from the 5, and he quit Fox. He was on a boat when he announced this. It was kind of weird.
It's bizarre, yeah.
Yeah, but Geraldo, we wish him all the best in his retirement, Just don't come back to the industry for a while there, Geraldo. Stay on the boat there. Enjoy. I mean, the guy's a broadcasting legend. You remember Al Capone's Vault and these
that definitely was a disappointment.
These kinds of highlights. Or when he said that he saw a UFO when he was stoned on ecstasy. Yeah. You remember that classic?
Driving.
Why did Fox News want to keep that guy around, I have to say, when it comes to that, personnel move, it looks like it was the right thing. But, of course, after they fired Tucker Carlson, the truth teller off of Rupert Murdoch's network there, I have no love for Fox at all. They had Geraldo, for Pete's sake, on the air for a long time. You turn on there, it was like the Geraldo network with the mustache. Well, even Barack Obama, put out a statement in which he said that he and his wife, Michelle, some have called her Michelle on the internet. Him and his wife, Michelle, here's what he said, quote, "It allowed generations of students like Michelle and me to prove we belonged." That's what he had to say about affirmative action. Is Obama admitting that he's An affirmative action case that he is the affirmative action president? And if so, is Rush Limbaugh lighting a victory cigar wherever he may be? I think Rush just got his wings after that win. The great Rush Limbaugh. He is smiling down on us. You know, some of these pundits, they've been getting really sanctimonious about, can you imagine if we didn't have Geraldo on the air? Can you imagine if we couldn't watch Joy Reid because you want to stop affirmative action? Do you want some white man to be there instead of Joy Reid or whatever? And it's all, you know, you have to wonder, you know, you get amped up into this kind of leftist thinking and you have to wonder, like, you know, would the plot of the movie How High, starring Method Man and Redman, even be allowed to exist today? Okay, these two guys, Method Man and Redman, in this film, actually smoked their dead friend's ashes in their marijuana, which summoned their friend's ghost, who helped them cheat on their standardized test and get into Harvard. Would they even be able to do that in today's America? If Clarence Thomas had his way, Method and Red never would have smoked those ashes.
Real.
Classic. How High, a millennial cinematic classic. That was our Citizen Kane. How High. From back in the day. Check it out. Good Harvard movie, you know? Yeah. And they get Benjamin Franklin in there too at some point. So a lot of good surprises. Oh, you know what I was watching? And this is so incredible that I was watching it just as this cocaine news was breaking, but I was watching Scarface again. I love Scarface. And I had forgotten how great it was, but I had also forgotten how funny it was. Like, Al Pacino's performance in that movie was hilarious. Like, all of his line readings were just laugh out loud funny. Yeah. Hey, take a good look at the bad guy. You know, I love it. Say hello to my little friend. He's so good. Pacino as Tony Montana. But he played, you know, obviously a Miami drug dealer and whatnot. You know, in America, first you get the money, then you get the power, then you get the woman, right? Al Pacino, that was a really just classic movie, Scarface. I just laughed throughout the entire thing. But now we got Scarface playing out in the White House, in the U.S. White House. This isn't too good. So we've got Biden actually being asked the cocaine question.
Mr. President, what makes you confident that we can launch media? Mr. President, do you know how
All right, everybody, you can see there that the president was asked many questions, including how cocaine got into the White House, but did not answer.
He was asked many questions. He was asked many questions about including the cocaine, the bag of cocaine that was found in the White House. Back to you, Tom. He didn't say anything, though. He was just like... He was like one of the presidents at Disney in the Hall of Presidents, really. Just kind of... It's kind of what he is now. And Mr. President, what about the cocaine? What about the cocaine? This is another one for the Biden Presidential Library. Assuming they let him have a library, he was leaving classified documents in his garage, for Pete's sake. But, you know, President Trump could declassify anything he wanted. Joe Biden, as vice president, could not declassify. Big difference. Big difference. Well, here's the White House lady. Obviously, the White House lady, you know, she just wants to, you know, talk about her girl boss upbringing and whatever, and you know, talk about, you know, probably her experience. She said that she's a figure in history or something, like she's a historical figure. She said that about herself, White House lady. So now this historical figure, okay, this modern day William Shakespeare, okay, this modern day this modern day Julius Caesar, really. Karine Jean-Pierre was asked about the cocaine at the White House.
Has been able to do all are important key parts of the president's plan, and that's what the president's going to speak to tomorrow. Go ahead, Steve.
Could you just clarify for us where exactly inside the West Wing the substance was discovered?
I'm not going to get into specifics.
Oh, come
What I
on.
can say
Where was the
is
coke?
when people visit the West Wing, there is there is the area of the West Wing where it is highly traveled.
What?
And that
Where they
is
do blow?
what happens. People come through this particular area. It's
That's
highly
what
traveled.
happens?
I'm just not going to get into specifics. I'm not.
People
gonna get
come through
into,
this particular area, and it's just kind of an
I'm not
open
gonna get ahead of
scene. You know
the
what I'm
Secret
saying,
Service.
man? Like all
Some
kinds of
secret-
stuff is going on when
Well,
Hunter's
primary
there.
entrances into the West Wing,
Time
there's
to
one which we're all
party at the
familiar
White
right outside
House.
Of the driveway
What the
where the
heck?
Marine stands when the president's in the
A
West Wing,
well-traveled
and there's
area?
another
This-
entrance off West Executive Avenue. Can you explain which?
What
which
about the
entrance you're
cameras?
talking
I'm
about?
going to
Weren't
let
there
the Secret
cameras?
Service speak to that.
Can you explain why you can't explain it? I mean, you described
You can't
it as a
explain
heavily traveled area.
That's what the Secret, I'm just saying what the Secret Service said. We got this from the Secret Service, so I'm sharing a little bit more with you from here. But again, it's under their purview, it's under investigation. They will have more specifics down the road. As they are looking into this, we are confident that they will get
The
to the
Secret
bottom of this.
Service hasn't
So I'm
yet
just gonna
figured
leave it
out who
at that.
did blow in the White
Discovered
House.
late on Sunday. What's the latest staff-led tours that happen in the West Wing on a Sunday?
You know, I don't have the specific on how late the staff-led tours go, but I can tell you that there was one on Friday, there was one on Saturday, there was one
Oh
on
my
Sunday.
God,
The
are they
times that there
actually
are
gonna
not
try to
any
blame the
West Wing
tour
tours
people?
is when there is a
Oh
federal
my
holiday,
goodness.
like yesterday, or a big White House, a large White House event. Just don't have the specifics. Let's let the Secret Service get to the bottom of this. They'll have more, hopefully more information, and we have confidence that they will be able to figure this all out. So I'm going to give them the space to do that. Go ahead, Emily.
Karine, excuse me, as you've now been referring multiple times to this investigation and to the White House's confidence that they will get to the bottom of it, I'm wondering if you could be a bit clearer about what exactly the scope and mission of the investigation is.
what is the
and
mission?
What exactly getting to the bottom of it
Hey, what
means.
is the
this
mission, ma'am?
Simply a fact-finding mission to determine whether potential security protocols were either insufficient or violated in this case, or is this with an eye towards potential criminal prosecution of an individual who's bringing a banned substance into the West Wing, and would there then be consequences either for that individual or if they were a guest of a White House staff or that staff?
So look, the second part of your question is like speculation, and I'm just not going to get into speculation from here. What I can say is that, again, Secret Service is looking.
Oh, come on. Now, we know Hunter was there before he went to Camp David. We know he was there. And Hunter's been there a lot, actually. We're going to listen to the Hazmat Team audio here. Let's see if you can hear the word library. See if you hear the word library. We'll point it out. Sounds a whole lot like library, like White House library, like somebody doing blow in the White House library, which would be different. I mean, that's fascinating in the sense that, first of all, was Hunter in the White House library? You wouldn't necessarily think that Creepy Joe would be in the White House library, but if he's doing blow there instead of reading the books, you know, perhaps you never know. I mean, he needs to be a suspect. It's his house. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's Trump's house. It's Donald Trump's house, baby. You don't do blow in Donald Trump's house. Can you imagine how angry Donald Trump is right now? They're doing coke in my house. In my house, ladies and gentlemen. This is, I mean, they are trying to put me in prison for the rest of my life for fighting for the American people. But I draw the line, ladies and gentlemen, when they are doing cocaine in my house. That's Donald's house. Donald needs to get back in there. There was no coke found in Donald Trump's White House. I am so sick of this Creepy Joe thing. He's the virus. He is the virus. Joe Biden is the virus. He's the virus in all of our lives. All right, Hazmat Team audio. Let's listen. Let's see if you hear the word library.
To repeat, I didn't copy your results on the Gemini.
Gemini's results are no match found with a red bar. No match found in the library.
Library!
We'll go ahead back and come on up. Special record has that we have a result on the Gemini. We have a yellow bar stating cocaine, hydrochloride. Staff number 53-21-4.
I heard library. I didn't hear area where guests allegedly put their phone, according to the Washington Post. I heard library. Okay, according to the Hazmat Team. Well, ladies and gentlemen, and who knows? I mean, these are skilled professionals who went in there thinking, "Oh God, could this be anthrax? You know, could this be something really serious?" And then they find out that it's cocaine. Now, Hunter Biden was at the White House prior to Camp David. Hunter Biden was at the White House for the 4th of July. We know Hunter is and has been a crackhead. I mean, you could say he's a recovering crackhead, but certainly he's had a lot of crackhead experience. A lot. As evidenced by his laptop. And, ladies and gentlemen, I just don't really feel good about this guy. Here he is actually back at the White House for the 4th of July, and probably Americans are wondering, is he looking for his Coke? What's he doing there? Is he looking for a bag? Is he looking for a bag by any chance? Is he looking for a bag? Hey, listen. Innocent until proven guilty. But this guy was there. Hunter was there. Hunter has been there. Okay? He was there not too long ago. And we wondered here on this show, why is he going to Camp David? Why is he arriving back at the White House? Well, he's basically running this failed government because he's blackmailing his own family, according to Jack Maxey, who was a great patriot, who I know, who have really got the truth out there about the Hunter Biden laptop. And then we have to congratulate Garrett Ziegler, the Trump advisor, on Marco Polo, his project, which has put out a book form of the Hunter Biden laptop. Little coffee table book for you if you want to look into that.
A quick read, yeah.
Little quick read, little beach read. Little beach read. But it is pretty X-rated. Shocking stuff. Shocking stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Well, you have. Here we go. So a different kind of sniffing going on at the White House. We've seen a lot of sniffing from Creepy Joe. He sniffs the ladies. He sniffs kids. It's disgusting. Now, why is Hunter sniffing at the White House at the 4th of July celebration? Let's take a look. There's nose action going on there. There's definite nose action going on. Let's play it one more time. Watch his nose. Watch. What was that? There were kids around. What was that? Definite nasal, interaction. The case is building. The investigation is getting deeper. And by the way, one of the entities that will be investigating this case in a very dedicated, dogged way is the campaign show. We will not rest until this scandal, until America knows the truth, until we get an accurate accounting of. Don't you think the White House, there would be cameras? They could figure it out. I mean, they can get, somebody's, facial ID off of the security cam at Applebee's, when a fight breaks out. Oh, he's wilded out. They can get the guy from the Applebee's, parking lot cam or whatever it may be. But we're telling me that the White House cokehead can't be identified yet in the United States of America? The Secret Service still working on this. Well, ladies and gentlemen, creepy Joe Biden, doesn't really want to talk about this, obviously. He wants you to go, I guess, to some kind of website to find out about some kind of stupid thing that they're doing, but he can't remember the name of the website anyway. Let's take a look.
By the way, the program is still there. You ought to contact us to make sure you know exactly how to call it.
Anyway.
He gave up so fast.
He just didn't care. Anyway, you got to contact us. How do we contact you, Joe? Because according to your own account, the way that your family gets in contact with you is by leaving sticky notes on your mirror. Okay, like in the morning when you're, shaving, I guess. I guess he shaves himself, according to his story, maybe, or maybe somebody's helping him. I don't know. But the sticky notes is basically how the outside world communicates with Joe Biden. So how do we get in touch with you, man? Like, come on, man. Just get in touch with me and we'll talk about whatever this is. Scooby-Doo, corn pop. Come on, man. Which way do I go? He doesn't care. It's almost kind of like a shtick. All right, chocolate chip ice cream, Scooby-Doo. Next. All right, and then he just wanders off. It's almost like he's enjoying it. It's almost like a part of him is still there and is like, whatever. I'll just go with my bathrobe, man. All right. This is how low the standards are in America now. This is the bigotry, the soft bigotry of low expectations for the American government. I'm so sick and tired of this guy. Good Lord, what a disgrace, what an embarrassment. Oh, he wants you to contact him, though. I have a few questions for Creepy Joe. Meanwhile, at Subway... Whoa! Wait a second. Hold on. Is that a trash can that's sort of going back and forth? Bro, they are literally competing over control of that trash can, and it was just going back and forth between employee and customer. Meanwhile, you got some stuff on the floor. But this isn't really like a big out-of-control fight. It's actually a very mannered fight. It's almost like a baseball fight, you know? But clearly the, the trash can here is what's being used as the weapon. By both sides, it looks like. Let's take a look one more time. All right, well, the employee clearly has the trash can at first. Oh, but then there's the other object. Now she's blocking the trash can. She's going for the trash can. Then there's a struggle for the trash can.
That was a good one.
So that was at Subway. Wow. You know, that was a good one. I mean, not good in that sense. I mean, we think this is bad. We think this kind of behavior is wrong.
Wrong, yeah.
And we're against it. And I would be annoyed if I was behind them. I'd be like, ladies, is it up to me to break it up? Because the employee was the one swinging the trash can. So it's not like there's a responsible adult here at this Subway, at the establishment. You know, would I have to pull the Karen move and be like, is there a manager? Or would I just have to step in and be like, ladies, enough, settle down. It's Subway. It's Subway. Can't we all just get along? Rodney King said, can't we all just get along? Man, and that was a long time ago. But you know what? In that lucid moment for him, he was right. A broken clock is right twice a day. Can't we all just get along? Said Rodney King. The New York Times had this report, actually, that, we get it. We're going to talk about de Blasio. Here we go. Bill de Blasio. So here's a New York Times tweet. Here's a New York Times tweet that sounds a lot like a really strong sitcom pitch. Apparently, de Blasio, who married a black lady, and hey, you know, God bless him. He's a white guy who scored a black lady for marriage, and that's a point for the home team. You know, whatever. You know, nobody's going to go, reverse To Kill a Mockingbird here. You know, good for them. Good for them. You know, I genuinely am happy when people find love. Now, she was a lesbian. She identified as a lesbian at the time that their marriage, at the time that they're dating, at the time that their relationship started. And so de Blasio was always sort of like in the back of the head, like, you know, she was a lesbian when we started. And so they have now decided to separate. Bill de Blasio and his wife have separated. However, they're going to continue to still live in the same home together, okay, in New York City. And they're going to date other people. So maybe she gets a girlfriend, maybe she gets a boyfriend, maybe he gets a boyfriend, maybe he gets a girlfriend. Is it going to be awkward, you know, if these different characters see each other around the house, around the the apartment there? And listen. You know, for purposes of this show, I would be willing to go on a date with Bill de Blasio's wife as part of, you know, a theme of sort of dating segments here on the show. Because I'm single, you know, why not mingle, right? You know, I have this show, and we can do sort of like a contest, you know? Like you go out to dinner with me, and, you know, someplace affordable. I'm not Mr. Monopoly, okay? I'm not Rich Uncle Pennybags here. We'll go to Applebee's, you know, or we'll go to Olive Garden. No appetizers at Olive Garden, though, okay? Got to keep the bill down. And I'll talk about the JFK assassination, my theories on it, my theories on Waco, okay? And you'll, that's fascinating, Patrick. And then, obviously, you're going to have to agree to vote for President Donald Trump in the 2024 election if you want a second date. But imagine if I pull it off. Imagine if I get a second date and, you know, I tweet it out and I'm like, hey, liberal media, you can't call me racist. I have a based black girlfriend named Mrs. de Blasio who's wearing a Make America Great Again hat on our second date at Chili's. That would be a viral tweet. So anyway, the offer is there. The offer is there. And I'm a gentleman. I am a gentleman. You know that, Frankie. I am a gentleman. Well,
I agree.
That's a good sitcom, though. Wouldn't you watch that sitcom?
Oh, you can see it now.
Former New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio. Well, very cringe Bud Light commercial with the Kansas City Chiefs tight ends. Travis something, you know, I'm not into the sports ball anymore with the wokeness and whatnot. But Bud Light, you remember they had a trans person doing the advertisements, and it caused a lot of controversy. Now Bud Light is trying to appeal to the guys, and I would say this one is pretty bad because of the level of cringe that you're about to see. More like it. Cringe. So cringe. Just guys being guys, making those guy noises. That's what our woke department said during our crisis communications meeting. We watched the old DeBears Chicago sketch from Saturday Night Live with George Wendt and Chris Farley. We studied the market. We studied the demo of men like, yeah, man, tools, yeah, beer, tools, grilling at the barbecue. We studied all the factors that motivate these men. And we came back from the Dylan Mulvaney controversy with this. Guys grunting, drinking Bud Light. We've won them back. We've won them all back, all of America. Woo! Quick thinking from the PR department during our crisis communication, our all hands on deck early morning crisis communication session over there at Bud Light, Anheuser-Busch, maybe. Who knows? I mean, they've lost a lot of market share, haven't they, since the wokeness, since they started pushing the wokeness. Well, that was cringe. They haven't won me back, and I don't drink Bud Light anyway. I mean, I would never do that, and I don't even remember what it was like, but I hear a lot of people saying it's bad. It's like watery and not good. And do guys do that? Do guys drink Bud Light? I haven't noticed that. Wouldn't it be kind of watery?
Not since college and beer pong.
Was it? It was the beer pong beer, right?
Yeah. What? Either that, or you do have an upgrade to Busch.
Mm-hmm.
Busch Light.
But it's kind of watery, and you know, guys don't drink that Bud Light, and
Keystone,
you know, broadly.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
Keystone Light.
What about Pabst Blue Ribbon? It won a Blue Ribbon at one point a long time ago. I think during the McKinley administration, maybe.
I'm a PBR respecter.
Well, I do not partake. No. And that's good, you know. I don't judge people who do, of course. But, you know, I'm not a fan of Bud Light, I'll say that. And that was a cringe commercial. Oh, Con Inc., now they're shilling for Glenn Youngkin. DeSantis isn't doing so hot. DeSantis isn't doing so hot. You following Laura Loomer, too, on Twitter? She's just, like, relentless. I really like that she's sort of living up to her potential now, defending Trump against DeSantis, just making their lives nuts. That Christina Pushaw person just out of her league, trying to keep up. Trying to keep the DeSimps together, you know? Come on, guys! Don't let it bother you! Just don't let it get to you! She has I haven't had my Starbucks yet energy, kind of like Jen Psaki, sort of like a Jen Psaki vibe with her.
Yep.
Well, anyway, Fox News now, this Ducey fellow trying to push Glenn Youngkin, the governor of Virginia, in 2024. But I believe President Donald Trump is running and leading the polls. So I don't know why Fox News would be talking. Do you know why Fox News would be talking about some other Republican running for president instead of President DJT, the America First champion, Donald Trump, the overwhelming frontrunner?
They would never do that.
Because I think they should be, you know, shouldn't they be supporting President Donald Trump if they're Republicans, if they're conservatives? But now all of a sudden they're talking about this Glenn Youngkin fellow. I don't know about this.
Governor down there, Glenn Youngkin. It started with turning Virginia red for the first time in over a decade, winning the governorship. And a year prior, Joe Biden won the state by 10 percentage points. And how about favorability? A majority of Virginians
gotta make the hard sell, guys.
In the latest polling, also topping Joe Biden by
dance
nearly
for
10
Rupert,
points.
dance for Rupert Murdoch.
But time is not on his side because Virginia doesn't allow consecutive
dance
terms
for your Australian
governor.
coins.
So with his term set to expire in less than 3 years, he needs something to do. Is Glenn Youngkin the dark horse of 2024?
Oh, what a message!
Our next guest thinks he could be. Democratic strategist. And
Democratic strategist. Wait a second. Hold on here. A Democratic strategist on the Republican primary. They got him. He needs something to do. Hey, Youngkin 2024, he needs something to do. He's bored. Give him something to do. You know? He's got the yo-yo. He plays ping pong. But he's bored, you know? What can he do? Walks a dog around and plays frisbee. I don't know what he does. But, you know, he shouldn't be running for president of the United States of America when we got a fellow named President Donald J. Trump, the people's champ.
Yeah, I agree.
And, you know, the Trump campaign did make a mistake in having Lindsey Graham at the rally in Pickens, South Carolina, but maybe, just maybe, they knew what they were doing, because there's a pretty good clip here of the people rejecting the neocon establishment in Pickens, South Carolina, baby. Here's Lindsey Graham. Well, I do declare, Lindsey Graham. Oh, Senator Lindsey is going to tell you what you should think about the old politics. Oh, more war against Vladimir Putin, says, oh, Lindsey, got to see those big, strong soldiers going off over there to fight Vladimir Putin. Oh, makes Lindsey all hot and bothered, like Blanche Dubois. Here's how the people in Pickens reacted to Lindsey Graham.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome United States Senator Lindsey Graham.
Oh! Yeah, let's go. Oh my God, I love it. I'm so sick and tired of the neocons in politics, ladies and gentlemen, and the people. Oh, yeah, let's go, America. It's American dream time. Boo Lindsey Graham. John McCain means Blanche Dubois. Lindsey Graham. Hey, we can't end on Lindsey Graham, though. That's bad mojo. So take a look at this cool fish. Oh, man. That thing's awesome.
Look at him go.
The thing's just cool. It's just good content. Well, who had the Coke at the White House, ladies and gentlemen? We're going to keep looking at all the clues. We are going to keep looking at all the clues. You know why? Because it's important, like in the mainstream media, like this is the kind of scandal that people really are extremely outraged about, and rightfully so. It is a serious, very serious scandal here. Not too good, but it's also really funny, is it not? I mean, obviously, you know, drugs aren't funny and whatnot, but drug use and whatnot and addiction. But, you know, who was doing the Coke in the White House? Come on, I can enjoy this, can I? This is something that people are really, really, really angry about at Joe Biden on a mainstream level and paying really close attention to. And one of those people is me, because I get really into some of this stuff. So I'm going to keep monitoring this at all times. And I know a lot of great frogs out there and a lot of great Pepes out there are going to be doing the same. Hey, follow us on Instagram, instagram.com/the.campaign-show for the clips. Follow us on Cozy, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Gab. Anyway, as Joe Biden said, get in touch. Yeah, just get in touch with us, man. Get in touch with us. Hey, I'll see you tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern time. See you then.